Thanks, Lynn. About 5-6 minutes ago, that was issued. There were severe thunderstorms headed northeast of the Oroville Dam. Severe thunderstorms with 60-mile-per-hour winds, quarter-inch sized hail, and winds of 58 miles per hour or stronger. Then radar indicated that there is a tornado warning. That was issued about 6 minutes ago. That is until 4:30 p.m. Let's go to the radar. We'll see all the heaviest concentrations of these showers. You see the green. That's pretty much the mundane average normal rain. But then you get into the higher concentration, or the red and the yellows. That is the stronger winds. That is the area where we're looking at severe thunderstorms and even the tornadoes. So strong winds, severe weather. Stay away from windows. You stay indoors if you have to. Lowest level floor, in between doors, the hinges on doors, safe places, interior rooms, away from windows. That is going to be the safest place in the home. Now, we've had a radar indicated tornado warning. So that means there has been a tornado in the area. What does that mean? Funnel clouds in the sky have touched ground. So a tornado, it means it's on the surface. Now, I'm still gathering more data on this storm at the moment, but in the Oroville Dam, those thunderstorms were moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. So very fast-moving storms. They can move in pretty quickly. They can move out quite rapidly as well. We're continuing to monitor what's going on. I'm going to walk away, and I'm going to get over back to my desk where I can zoom in a little bit better and show you some closer angles of the storm. Again, very strong winds at the moment. Let's just check out our winds. So you're normally right now, you're seeing these winds in that 10, 15 mile per hour range. Now, we have that wind advisory that is in place until tomorrow. We're seeing wind gusts of 50 miles per hour, but this isn't giving the first-hand view of what's going on with the storm, because inside those storms, you're seeing some severe thunderstorms. We're seeing winds of 58 miles per hour or stronger, and then we're tornadoes. So this is the area in this range here. So where you're seeing the heaviest in the red, this is where we've had reports of that tornado, where there's a tornado warning in Butte County in effect until 4:30 p.m. So let me try to give you some better angles here of the storm. Again, the green is the less heavy rain. The red is going to be the strongest and the heaviest of those storms, and that's where the severe thunderstorms are taking place, and that's where in the vicinity we had those tornado warnings. And most of my radar indication is showing is a little bit northeast of Chico, but the Oroville Dam had the thunderstorms moving from that Oroville Dam in a northeast direction at 50 miles per hour. That's where those storms were moving. So keeping a close eye on everything. Again, this tornado warning is in effect until 4:30 p.m., and this is what we're showing you right here. Again, winds have been indicated at 58 miles per hour or stronger with these severe thunderstorms. Again, we're seeing some half-inch size hail in some places, with winds gusting or even sustained in some of these thunderstorms at 58 miles per hour or stronger. Now, if there's a tornado, those winds are even stronger than that, can be very, very catastrophic and destructive. We're keeping an eye on what's going on. We're going to get you the latest data on the storm's movement and whereabouts. I will send it back to news or commercial for now until I can get the latest data and continue to track this storm, and we'll probably pop back in the next few minutes.
Howie, and again, I think we're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll be back with more storm coverage in just a moment. We are continuing to follow breaking news. A tornado warning has been issued for Butte County. Action News Now Chief Meteorologist Howie Gordon is tracking it from the Storm Tracker Weather Center. Howie, what can you tell us?
Thanks, Linda. We've had a severe thunderstorm warning from the Oroville Dam moving at about 50 miles per hour. Those storms moving towards the northeast. Now, what does severe thunderstorm mean? That means winds of 58 miles per hour or stronger. We are looking at half-inch sized hail, and we're looking at excessively heavy rain. And here is what we're showing on the radar. And at the same time, we've had a tornado warning issued about 10 minutes ago that is in effect until 4:30. What I'm trying to show you here is the heaviest bands of the rain, and that is in the red. I'm trying to zoom the best I can to show you what is going on with the storms. Now, winds are normal everyday mundane winds or our wind advisory winds. Those are just in that 20, 30 mile per hour range. But what we're looking at on the storm here is they internally have their own strength, 58 miles per hour or stronger, and then the tornadoes have developed. So funnel clouds, they turn vertically. They start off horizontally, they turn vertically, and then they reach the ground as a tornado with winds on the very, very strong side. So I'm trying to find it exactly right now, but here's the heaviest concentrations. Again, it started in the Oroville Dam area, moving off towards the northeast. The storm's moving at about 50 miles per hour. So let's zoom a little more. Here is what we have, again, some of this heaviest bands. So what it looks like for the most part, starting from the southwest, headed towards the northeast. So moving northeast at about 50 miles per hour. These are the heaviest bands right now of the rain. Where you see in the red, that is the area of severe thunderstorms, and that is the area most likely of where the tornado was indicated, radar indicated. Now, what happens a lot of times, these tornadoes are rain wrapped, very hard to detect them sometimes on the radar when it's in the midst of all the rain, but this is where the area is for the most part taking place. Tornadoes, winds could be 100 mile per hour, 150, 200 mile per hour winds. Severe thunderstorm warnings, now winds are 58 miles per hour, but those storms are moving really, again, from out of the southwest towards the northeast. Let me go back to my radar again so I can start zooming a little bit more and showing you this storm. Again, a tornado warning has been in effect in the last 10 to 12 minutes that is in effect until 4:30. So let's do some more zooming in here, trying to get a better grasp of where these storms are. You're seeing where the red is, these heaviest bands. This is where the severe thunderstorm warnings are, and this is most likely, obviously, where the the tornadoes are taking place. So let's zoom in here. These are the heaviest concentrations in the red, where the most of the heaviest activity is taking place, and that's where the severe thunderstorms are. They're, again, moving from southwest towards the northeast at 50 miles per hour. Severe thunderstorms have winds of minimal requirements of 58 miles per hour, half-inch sized hail. So then you throw the tornado into the mix. That's where we have some really real problems, and we're looking for it right now. So pretty much in this vicinity right here. So from the Oroville Dam is where this all started, now moving, again, out of the southwest towards the northeast. We'll revisit this again. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to try to get the latest data. And again, this tornado is in effect until 4:30 p.m.
We do have other reporters out in the field, and we'll be checking in with them in just a moment. But right now, again, we're going to take a break as how he continues to track the tornado warning that's been issued. If you're just now joining us, even if you're not just now joining us, we are tracking a tornado warning that's been issued for Butte County. Action News Now Chief Meteorologist Howie Gordon is following that system and where the hot spots are. Howie, what can you tell us?
Thanks, Linda. Yes, there has been a tornado warning issued at 3:54 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and severe thunderstorms have been in effect a little bit before that. But let's go right to my radar. Let's talk about and track what this storm is doing. All right, so the heaviest of rain you're going to see in these red bands, the red and yellow. This is the best indication of where the severe thunderstorms are and where this tornado radar indicated is. Now, at the Oroville Dam, we've had severe thunderstorm warnings with storms moving from southwest towards the northeast at 50 miles per hour, and that is where this tornado is, somewhere in the middle of all of this activity, all this severe weather with severe thunderstorm warnings. Again, minimum issued winds 58 miles per hour with half-inch rain, half-inch hail, and excessive rain. So let's take a look here. What's going on? Marginal slight risk. We're going to have these risks again tomorrow. Here are the winds. So yeah, not indicating much here for our ground level winds. But again, let's back it up. Let's go right back to the radar because we have a tornado warning in effect until 4:30 p.m. What can you do right now? Here is the area where it is. Obviously, you want to avoid this area. If you are in this area, you want to stay on the lowest level, first floor of a home. If you can get in a bathroom where most of those pipes are, blocking and protecting the room, under stairwells or under doors. Believe it or not, the box, the frame of a door, very sturdy, the sturdiest part of a home. But the lower you can get in the home, if you have a basement, great. I don't know that you have too many basements around here, but the lowest level, first floor of the home, is the safest place. But this is an area of where the most severe weather is taking place, and this is where the tornado warning is going to be in this same area with all this activity. Now, the red are the heaviest of rain bands, so that is an inclination, more than likely, where these tornadoes are taking place. Again, radar indicated, haven't had any ground indication or eyewitness testimony of the tornado. It's been radar indicated. Radar has indicated the funnel cloud, the tornado. with all the dimensions gathered through the data with the radar. Now, there is also observation indication. We haven't had that yet, but for right now, radar indicated. We're looking at storms again. A tornado warning was issued at 3:53 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it is moving in the vicinity from the southwest towards the northeast. The storms are moving at 50 miles per hour. The tornado can be moving in part of that storm at the same speed when it's conglomerated in with that storm. So this is what we're looking at the moment. Again, from the southwest towards the northeast, we had severe thunderstorms moving at 50 miles per hour. And in this area of the strong rain and the strong winds is where the tornadoes take place. I'm going to go back to my desk here so I can do a little more zooming to give you the best data and the best scenario of what is taking place. So again, tornado warning issued at 3:53 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let's do some zooming here and look at some of the heaviest of the rains. So again, moving from the southwest towards the northeast, we got severe thunderstorms moving at 50 miles per hour. And in this, we're looking at the storm. So you see the red bands here. Now this is where the tornado was indicated on radar. Now, again, if you're just joining us, tornado warning in effect since 3:53 p.m. If you're out of this area, you're on the safer side. If you are in this area, what you want to do, stay in the lowest level of your home. If you have stairwells, you can get behind a stairwell. Closets, very, very safe. Structures, very strong around a closet. Now, maybe the safest place away from windows, if you have an interior bathroom, the bathroom provides protection inside the tub itself, but then all the pipes surrounding the bathroom, probably the safest place in a home on the first level if this bathroom is the interior portion of the home and away from the windows. So again, tornado indicated here on radar, moving from southwest towards the northeast. Here you go. When you see where these red bands are, this is where the strongest of the severe thunderstorm warnings are, and this is going to be where the tornado is functioning as well. So again, since 3:53, we've had a tornado warning. Severe thunderstorm warnings were issued a little bit ago as well in the Oroville Dam area, moving at 50 miles per hour from out of the southwest towards the northeast. And then again, a tornado warning was issued at 3:53 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and this is not expected to expire until 4:30 p.m. So we're going to stay with you until this warning is over. Again, if you're just joining us now, we have a tornado warning in effect. Now, what can you do? Okay, there's a tornado going on. Okay, so if you're out of the area, if you're away from where you're seeing this heaviest of storm activity, you're on the safer side. Now, if you're in this mist and you can't get out of this area because these storms are moving rather quickly, then what you want to do, again, you want to stay on the lowest level of homes. You want to stay as far away as you can from exterior walls and windows. And what those locations are going to be behind stairwells, in interior closets, or probably the safest place if you have an interior bathroom surrounded by all the pipes, and in the tub as well, even safer, you're going to be surrounded and you're going to be the safest in that environment. Again, away from windows, interior rooms, lowest level of a home, interior closets or interior bathrooms. Why am I explaining this? Again, we've had severe thunderstorm warnings issued in the last 30 minutes from the Oroville Dam, storms moving from the southwest towards the northeast. And then at 3:53 p.m., we had a tornado warning that was issued. That is not set to expire until 4:30 p.m. So we're going to continue to keep an eye on the storm. We'll stay with you the rest of the way because we have, again, until this tornado warning is expired, still in a very dangerous situation here. Again, you want to avoid this area where you're seeing the heaviest of rain in the red bands, The green is your standard rain coming down on radar. The echo return in the red are going to be the heaviest of bands. And with these heaviest of bands in the red, that is where you're going to have severe thunderstorms. And this is where the tornado warning was indicated in the strongest of the bands in the red. So again, storms moving from the southwest towards the northeast, storms moving at 50 miles per hour. But in the midst of these storms, where you can see here in the red bands, this is the echo return on radar in the red, the strongest of bands. This is where we've had radar indicated tornadoes, which there is a warning in effect until 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which began at 3:53. So we're going to stay with you the rest of the way. If you can avoid this area where you're seeing the heaviest of the rain bands in the red here, the yellow and the red. Okay, we're going to give you the latest information coming up.
Breaking news, we're continuing to follow a tornado warning issued for Butte County, for eastern Butte County, and southwestern Plumas County. Howie Gordon here tracking that system for us.
Thanks, Linda. Yes, as of 3:53 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we had a tornado warning issued. We had severe thunderstorm warnings issued before that for the Oroville Dam, headed from the southwest towards the northeast. Those storms are moving at 50 miles per hour. But in the midst of those severe thunderstorms, we have had some radar-indicated tornado warnings. Now let's go right to the radar. We'll take a look at it. So you see that box there. Storms are moving from the southwest towards the northeast. And in this activity, in the heaviest of bands, the radar, the echo returns on radar in the red, the heaviest of rain bands. This is where these storms are moving. This is where the tornadoes that have been indicated on radar, tornado warnings, or conditions, conditions plentiful for tornadoes to continue to occur or to occur. Right now, we have severe thunderstorms with winds minimal at 58 miles per hour with quarter-inch to half-inch sized hail. This is where these storms are moving now out of the southwest towards the northeast. What can you do if you're in this area? If you're out of the area, you're on the safer side. If you're in this location, in this area, what can you do? You want to stay on the lowest level of the home. You want to stay in interior portions of the home, away from windows. Now, the safest place is a closet away from the windows on the interior portion of the home. And maybe the best place to be could be a bathroom that's an interior portion of the house. Why? You can get in the bathtub itself. That is protection from the elements if something were to crash or come down. And at the same time, all the pipes put around a bathroom for its development, that's the strongest and most sturdiest part of a home on the first level away from exterior rooms and windows. That's the safest place to be. Now, if you're away from this area, okay, better. But there are severe thunderstorms, and those warnings are going again. Those were issued from the Oroville Dam. Again, this storm moving at 50 miles per hour from the southeast towards the northwest, from the southwest towards the northeast. Again, the heaviest of rain in these red bands, and this is where we have tornado warnings in place until 4:30 p.m. Severe thunderstorm warnings were issued a little bit before, but then a tornado warning issued at 3:53 p.m., not set to expire until 4:30 p.m. So we're keeping an eye on what's taking place. We're tracking all the development. Now, again, in the red, the radar indication, the echo return on the radar, that's where the strongest of rain is. That's where you're going to have the most severe weather in terms of the severe thunderstorms. And that is where the tornadoes could develop inside the strongest cells in these severe thunderstorms. Again, if you're outside of this area, you're in better shape. Now, the storms are headed from southwest towards the northeast, so you don't want to be in the way of this storm. If you're off to the west, if you're off to the south, you're in better condition. If you are in the midst of all this activity, again, you don't want to be on a roof of the home at the moment. You want to be on the lowest levels, first floor. Again, for safety reasons, stay away from windows. These storms could smash right into the windows. Now, the safest places to be during these storms that we're tracking, since 3:53 p.m., we've had a tornado warning in effect here for Butte County and parts of Plumas County, but the storm is moving again from the southwest towards the northeast. If you are in this area where more than 16,000 people could potentially be impacted, you want to stay on the lowest level. You want to stay away from windows. Again, interior closets. Closets have the frames around them with the door very much on the safer side, behind stair wall safer, or an interior bathroom. An interior bathroom is probably the safest place you can be. You can get inside the tub for protection. At the same time, a bathroom, all the pipes surrounding the bathroom, that is the most sturdy environment you can be in to get away or to keep safe from these storms. Severe thunderstorm warnings issued from the Oroville Dam, moving again out of the southwest, headed towards the northeast in this division. As you see my cone here, in this direction, I mean. Again, we're having tornado warnings. If you are in this vicinity, you want to stay on the safer side. If you can't avoid this area, again, you want to be on the lowest level of a home. Don't be in the second, third floor buildings. Don't be on the roof right now trying to get a view of this storm. Very, very dangerous. You want to be on the first floor. Again, staying away from exterior windows. Now, to even better yourself, get away from these windows, get into interior closets or interior bathrooms. That's the safest place to be in the midst of all this activity. And this activity constitutes severe thunderstorm warnings, where storms are minimally at winds at 58 miles per hour with heavy rain rates and quarter to half inch size hail. And on top of it, we have a tornado warning, again, issued since 3:53 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you are in the way of this storm, where you're seeing my hand point, all this activity moving from the southwest towards the northeast, now you're in the midst of what potentially could be a tornado. The conditions are warranting it. What you can do is, again, I've repeated myself, and I'm going to continue to do so until you're all safe and everyone here in the area is safe. You want to stay on the lowest level of a home. You want to stay away from windows. The safest place to be are interior closets, and maybe the safest place, an interior bathroom, where you have extra protection of all the pipes that lay the normal foundation of a bathroom, the tub, the toilet plumbing, all the sink plumbing, all that metal. That is going to be the safest and most secure structure to get away or stay away and have protection from some of these storms that have been known to cause problems with knocking down walls, ripping off roofs. Not trying to scare you, we're just being real here. But the safest place to be is away from exterior windows and walls. Get to the interior most locations of a home on the first floor. So if you just joined us now, what's taking place? We have a tornado warning in effect for Butte County, the severe thunderstorm warning that is moving out of the southwest towards the northeast. We have a tornado warning that was issued at 3:53 p.m., not set to expire until 4:30 p.m. What am I showing you here? Well, you're seeing some of these red bands are the heaviest of the severe thunderstorm warnings, the heaviest of rain rates, again, with quarter-inch to half-inch size hail, with these storm winds potentially moving. The storm's moving at 50 miles per hour, but severe thunderstorm warnings can deliver winds of 58 miles per hour or stronger. And then we're talking tornado, where the tornado warnings are within these severe thunderstorms. These tornado winds and strength, a lot stronger than these severe thunderstorms, can cause all kinds of problems in terms of homes, cars, to people. So if you are in the vicinity of what's going on with these storms, you don't want to be in the way of them. If you can't get out of the way of this area here, well, then you want to be safe. I've gone over it. I'm going to continue to do so. You want to be in interior levels of the first floor of a home, away from windows. Again, interior closets, very, very sturdy. The foundation of a door underneath the door, very strong. And to better that, you want to get inside a bathroom, all the plumbing, all the pipes, a bathroom, an interior bathroom away from exterior walls and windows can be the safest place you can be if you are in the midst of this activity. So again, a tornado warning issued at 3:53 p.m. This is not set to expire until 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm tracking it here on radar. You're seeing some of the heaviest of rain bands in the red. And where this heaviest of rain bands are, this is where you have conditions where you could see tornado activity. Again, a severe thunderstorm warning was issued from the Oroville Dam, moving out of the southwest towards the northeast. You see the way my cone is pointed, and you see some of these heaviest bands in the red. Those are the heaviest echo returns on the radar for the heaviest bands of rain, where you're going to see the severe thunderstorms and where you're going to get the tornadic activity in terms of tornadoes. We have a tornado warning not set to expire until 4:30 p.m. We're going to take a break in a second here. I'll get you the latest data coming up in just a moment.
All right. Thank you, Howie. Again, we'll be right back with more news coverage.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
Welcome back. We've been following that tornado warning that was issued for southwestern Plumas County and for eastern Butte County. Chief Meteorologist Howie Gordon, has it passed? Is it over now?
Yes, Linda, the tornado warning began at 3:53 p.m., but it has been allowed to expire a few moments ago. So no longer a tornado warning here in the area. We were tracking it over the last 30 minutes. Let's go to our radar. Let me show you what's going on. So we had a severe thunderstorm warning that was issued for the Oroville Dam about 40 minutes ago, and that was storms pushing from the southwest towards the northeast. And then in this vicinity right here, we were looking at a tornado warning, which has been since allowed to expire. It expired at 4:30 p.m. So a few moments ago, the tornado warning has expired. And what I was looking at, some of these heavier bands, we were seeing severe thunderstorm activity and possible tornado conditions as well. Now, this has been allowed to expire, but here's what we're looking at. We still can have these conditions take place again later today and into tomorrow. The risk is a little less tomorrow, but we still could see that. Winds not horrible right now, but we'll touch more on what's been taking place and our future conditions coming up in just a little bit, Linda.
All right, thank you, Howie. Well, with so much rain accompanying this storm, flooding is a very real threat in many communities. Action News Now reporter Chloe Curtis is live in North Chico. Chloe, what are you seeing?
Yeah, Linda, today has been a very rainy day throughout the community, and in Chico at least, this is the first time all afternoon that I have seen the rain let up a little bit and the sun start to peek through the clouds here. I'm located just off of Eaton Road near the roundabout and Highway 99, and traffic's moving along just fine in this area. You can see the roadways are still pretty slick from all of the rain we've been seeing today. Still some pieces of debris in the road from trees and bushes nearby, but it is drying up a bit out here. Otherwise, not too much going on. There are some branches that have ended up on the ground from the wind gusts and heavy rain that we've been seeing today, and still some flooding off to the side of the roads here, but the sun is out. This is the calmest I've seen it all day, but that wasn't necessarily the case in Tehama County, where flooding is a big concern for people in RVs along the Sacramento River. So here's a look at conditions there. River Lodge RV Fishing Resort is just along the Sacramento River here in Tehama County, and I'm going to step out of frame to show you how much floodwaters have come up since this morning. You can see this RV here in the distance. Good portion of it already underwater in today's storm. Now, I did speak with the man that lives inside of that RV about what his plans are for the rest of the day as this weather system continues to move through. Several other people here also preparing to evacuate. People living along the river here, no strangers to flooding every year. Steve McKinney lives in this RV. He plans to take his dog and get out.
I'm going to leave. My kid's on the way to come pick me up, and everything's going to be all right. We're worried about the bus later.
McKinney says the water came up quickly this morning.
Hopefully it'll start dropping, because I want to get that thing out of here.
Floodwaters creeping up on these two RVs as well. John Clark says he comes to the RV park every year to try and help owners get their RVs out before it's too late.
I think after last year, they kind of had a little bit of a scare, and so they're more willing to go, because last year was terrible.
Floodwaters have risen significantly since I've been here, and I've reported in this area in the past. This area where I'm standing is usually just dirt, but as you can see, more rain is starting to come down, and this area is just covered in water. Gusty winds and heavy rain taking over the park quickly. McKinney says around 6 this morning, the water was around these trees, now creeping up toward the office.
I think I'll deal with it later on, let it sit there and just not worry about it.
As for Clark, he plans to keep checking in with those staying behind and hope for the best.
This is just kind of a way of life, helping everybody. I'm also originally from Paradise, so we know how to kind of help each other out. You know, natural disasters are getting more frequent, like how this is, and if everybody gives each other a helping hand, then it can all go a lot more smoothly.
He even made sure I had a waterproof pair of boots to get me through my shift safely. As you can see, the rain is still coming down out here, and it will be for most of the day. The Tehama County Sheriff's Office and the CHP have both stopped by the park and talked to people living in those RVs by the water. They can't force them to evacuate at this point, but they are telling them to be extra careful and be ready to go at a moment's notice. And I was at the RV park for several hours today, and besides a 10-minute period, rain was just battering that area. As for Chico, we're only seeing a little bit of flooding here, but I'll check back in on conditions for you coming up at 5. Live in Chico, Chloe Curtis, Action News Now. Coverage, you